I want to take the Yankees, please. No, I don't want to do it.
Hey, we're live. We're live, by the way.
The Yankees!
We're going to get through this song, boys. We're going to get through this song.
Come on, guys, everybody. Calisthenics, here we go. Slow claps, bring us through.
It's a build-up, baby. It's a build-up.
At least you know all the words to this song.
Dude, my favorite part's coming up.
Oh, I see Hefe in the back screen doing a little dance move going on. Carry that over to when the cameras go live. Big fan of it.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Off The Bat. Please, somebody cut the music. Thank you. I'm Hefe Picks. I got Alpha with me. I got BBB with me. We got another full jam-packed day of MLB action. I believe we only have one true day game today, even though some would call 4 o'clock start a day game. So
That's
if
a day game.
we count in the 4 o'clocks, then we got a bunch. But one that's really starting in about an hour here, and that's the Red Sox and the Tigers. But before we get into that, guys, welcome to Off The Bat. Thank you, everybody, for joining us here. Yesterday was one of those days in baseball where if you were on the Dogs, you had a great day. If you were on the Faves, you had a crappy day. And maybe we're starting to think about who's a dog and who's a fave anymore, right? Are the Rockies really bad, or are they good? Because they're 3-1. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at the ATS Spot. And without further ado, Alpha, how are we doing today?
Man, another day. Yesterday was crazy. I don't know how many people saw the end of that Rangers game. I was on the over, got pushed due to a called slide out. So that was interesting. Yesterday was a weird day. I also had the over in the Mets game. That one pushed due to a huge 8th inning by the Phillies. Just a weird day in baseball, but excited to dive in today. BBB, how we doing?
Hey, I'm excited as well. We got lots more baseball, got a couple day games, and then more of a night slate today. It's our first day without having like a bunch of day games, but
don't hold your breath because tomorrow there's 17 games that start at 8 a.m.
That's great. I'm all here for it. But today's kind of where it gets a little tricky because, like Hefe said, we got some of these teams that you don't really know if they're contenders or pretenders yet. Like the A's have won 2 straight. Are they going to keep that up? I personally don't think so, but I don't know. There's teams that we don't know. Like maybe who's going to be the shocker? Who's going to be like the Giants of last year that are supposed to be awful, but end up having there's probably going to be one of those teams. So who's going to
100% BB? 100%, man. 100%. I was thinking, it was weird. I was watching Get Up this morning, and they were talking about NBA play-ins. They were talking about the Cavaliers, right? Who had a 17.5 projected win total by Vegas. And then they go and they win 45 games. Like, they doubled their projected win total. And I was thinking in my head, I'm like, there's going to be an MLB team who is projected to be crap. And they just, out of nowhere, win. And you're going to get so much value from them in the early parts of the season. Right now, it has to be the Rockies. You're getting that team at plus odds every single day. And they're 3-1, including taking 2 out of 3 out of from the Dodgers. Any other team that's kind of standing out to you guys? Like early on, I know it's only 4 or 5 games in.
A lot of people, I think you have to relax early in the year. People are saying the A's are going to be a great team. I have to give you credit. You called this. Mania pitched a great game, and what happened? Got traded. Was it Mania? Montes. I always get the two of them confused. Frankie Montes. He pitched a great game. Hefe called it on the show. He said he's going to pitch a good game and probably get traded because they're trying to lose. Literally what happened. So we have a great day, guys.
Where did he get traded to?
Today. Let's double check here. I believe he went to the Padres. No, the other one went to the Padres. Where did Montes go? Frankie Montas. Hold on. White Sox.
Wow.
White Sox.
Geez. Okay.
That's
Weird.
right. Yeah,
all right, guys.
Let's get going, guys.
Yeah. What do we got? First game. What do we got? Red Sox Tigers. Your lone first game start here. 1 o'clock start in about a little under an hour. We have for the Sox going Rich Hill. Wow. Welcome, Rich. And for the Tigers, we got Tyler Alexander. Last year, 2-4, 3.8 ERA. Rich Hill was he on the Rays last year?
I believe he's on the Mets and the
Yes.
Rays. Wasn't he traded to the
Yeah,
Mets?
a little bit of
Yeah, but you're right.
everything
He had a
going on there.
subpar year, 7-8 overall, 3.8, 150 Ks
Actually, he
in
had a good year
15
for him.
15 starts. Kind of. What are we thinking here, guys? The Tigers took one from the Red Sox yesterday. Javi Baez looking like he's worth the money, flashing the leather on offense. I'm sorry, flashing the leather on defense, flashing the bat on offense. Do we see another good spot for the Tigers here? There's another team. You can keep getting them at plus odds. What do you think, Alpha? We'll start with you.
I like the Tigers this year. They have a pretty decent lineup and they're hitting well early on. And the Red Sox right now, their offense is not there. They're just not. You take a look at the lineup. Hernandez, who leads off for them, is 0 for 17. He's yet to get a hit this year. Arroyo, who's starting in right field, he's yet to get a hit this year. Kyle Plawecki, starting at catcher, he's yet to get a hit this year. Arouse, who's playing second base, never heard of him, also yet to get a hit this year. Their offense is just not clicking. Going over to the Tigers side, they've done some good stuff this year so far. As you went over, Javi Baez is looking insane. Hit an absolute moonshot in the eighth yesterday to win that game. I believe it was a 2-run shot. One thing I want to see get going with Detroit is they have Spencer Torkelson at first base. He's been a big prospect coming up from the minors. He hasn't got a hit yet this year. Would like to see him get his bats going, but I lean the Tigers in this one, guys. The Tigers have been playing good baseball. I'm taking them on the money line, and we're going to start the day with an early winner. BBB, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I was on the Tigers yesterday. Javi Baez came through for me there. And we're getting them at plus money again. I think the value's with them. I'm a little less confident than I was yesterday, but I do think the Tigers are still the play in this one. So I think this is a light play for me. I think you just got to go with the value team here. They're playing better. Not necessarily maybe the better team, but when we're betting games, we're not necessarily betting the better teams. We're betting the better spots. And
absolutely,
a good point by one of our
in the standings.
Good comment by one of our people listening here. Red Sox have yet to have a day off. So have the Yankees, and they kind of both got screwed by that opening day being postponed one day over.
Yes.
So they lost their day off. They're both on their fifth straight game. 5 days, fifth straight game. I know that normally in the ebbs and flows of a baseball season, that's how it is, but it's never like that to begin a season. So it's tough to right out the get be playing 5 straight.
Especially you got to consider a lot of these teams did not have like full spring trainings. Like
that's exactly what I'm trying to say. Exactly. So in July this doesn't matter, but to start the season, you're starting to get you don't got your stamina up yet. You're not in the flow, the ebbs and flows of the season. It's hard. So Red Sox and Yankees are going against it.
It affects the bullpen too. I think the biggest impact on that is the bullpen early. And a team like the Red Sox that are pitching a guy like Rich Hill today, who is not going to be able to give you a long game. He's an old veteran. You're trying to get 4 to 5 innings maybe out of him. But if the bullpen's tired, it could be another spot that the Tigers can get another late winner like we saw yesterday. And it's reflected in the Red Sox lineup that they've played so many games in a row. Arroyo's starting in right today. Plawecki's behind the plate today. And Arouse is at second base. These are guys that are backups to this team. So they're going with some utility guys because they played so many in a row.
I will say, I think since they had so many days, in a row, bullpen's kind of getting taxed. I kind of like the first 5 angle more, to be honest, because I think, like you said, Rich Hill's only supposed to be like a 3-4 inning guy, like of good innings. Maybe we see them leave him in a little too late, and we see like a late, little blow up there where they, a little bit of a late hook, and maybe that's when the Tigers get on the board there. So maybe I'll be looking at the first 5 angle there.
As you saw in the Yankees series too, one quick thing. As you saw in the Yankees series too, the Yankees really only hit once they got to the bullpen of the Red Sox. So I think we're going to see that all year long, that the Red Sox bullpen is definitely the weak spot in the pitching.
All right. All right, guys, let's move it on. Next game we got Mariners, White Sox, a 4:10 p.m. Eastern Standard pitch. First pitch. We have Brash. I think he might be a rookie. I never heard of him. Matt Brash starting for the Mariners and Vince Velasquez starting for the White Sox. I believe this will probably be Velasquez's last start because that's why they probably acquired Montas from the A's to be their last 5th starter. Guys, these are 2 teams that are 2-1. These are 2 teams that have high expectations this year. And they're kind of still figuring it out as all teams are. I lean the White Sox here at home, but I don't have an official play on this game as I actually think these 2 teams are pretty evenly matched throughout the lineup. BBB, what do you got?
Yeah, I kind of lean with the Mariners here, and it's almost simply a fade of Velasquez just because he had such a terrible year last year. I don't know, it's always tough with these pitchers that were rough last year coming off, in their first start because you don't know, like, okay, obviously they had a full season to make some changes, make some repairs to their game. Do they look better? We don't really know. So spring training you can use as somewhat of an indicator, but at the same time, spring training is used usually as a tool to just kind of tune things up. So I don't put too much into spring training, but I don't know. Getting the Mariners at plus odds here. The line feels like it's a Mariners play, to be honest, because the White Sox are a team that usually gets steep lines, and I don't know. I lean with the Mariners. I don't know if it's gonna be an official play though.
I like it. I lean with the Mariners as well. I don't have an official play on this game. Vince Velasquez is just not a great pitcher. I can't back a team that he's starting for. He was 3-9 last year with almost 6.5 ERA. He's been a disappointment in his career. He started really good when he was with the Phillies coming up, but not a great pitcher. I'm laying off this one, guys. I lean the Mariners for sure, though.
Something just to keep in mind, little note that I just realized. Mariners have lost their last two. White Sox have won their last two coming into today. So maybe that's why the line is the way it is. But either way, this is definitely a toss-up game. Too close to call.
The old do factor, baby.
Yeah. You're right. Comment your favorite picks today, people. Let's get the chat popping. We got over 80 people in here. So let's hear your favorite games. There's a huge MLB slate. Name a matchup, and if it's not on our list, we will add it to our list. Man in the back, what's the next game? Guardians Reds, probably the best pitching matchup we got today. Another 4 o'clock Eastern Standard start. We got Bieber, we got Malley. Listen, Malley pitched a gem. First game of the season for the Reds. Five innings pitched, 0 runs, 0 perfect ERA. Bieber had a tough one. He got lit up in the first inning, I think, by the Royals. Ended up getting out of the game after 4 1/3. No?
I think they got an NRFI in that one. I'm pretty sure I had an NRFI in that one hit.
That was first game of the season.
They lost the first game of the year 3-1. Let me see the runs. Yes, they didn't score till the 5th inning, Kansas City. So 3-1 game in his first one.
All right, he had 1.93 ERA, but he's still Bieber. This is probably going to be the world's most famous NRFI today. I'm not going to lie to you. I was on it, and these two guys talked me off of it. If it's too good to be true, it's too damn good to be true. And with that being said, I kind of lean the Reds here. This might be the team, guys, that everybody writing off. They trade Winkler. They don't sign Winker. They don't sign Castellanos back. Joey Votto's just chilling, but yet they're 2-2 on the season. That they've been playing good, inspired baseball versus the reigning World Series champs. I like the Reds here. It's not an official play for me, but my lean for this game. Alpha, what about you?
Little scary play here because the Guardians' bats have been hot, which I did not expect to say to start the year.
No, their one person has been hot. What's my man's name?
27 runs in 2 games.
He scored 17 runs in a game. Such a skewed number. What's my man's name? What's the hottest player in baseball?
I mean, when you score 10 the next game, you're not really.
Stephen Kwan.
Stephen Kwan, my man, your MVP favorite right now. That's up to you, my guy.
But I'm taking the under here, guys. Like I talked with Hefe and BBB before the show about this game. I know we were talking a little bit about NRFI. I feel the whole world is going to be on this NRFI today, which means there's a chance for a slip up in this one. Solo home run blows that, but I like the full game under. The full game under is currently sitting at 8, and you can get that at -105. One of my favorite plays today. The only question is, how will Male pitch at home? We all know he's had his home struggles. I'll let BBB go into that. BBB, what are you thinking?
Yeah, that's my angle on today. I think this is a Guardians play. The Guardians their bats have been hot. They're obviously not going to sustain the, scoring 10 plus runs a game, but they're going up against Miley, who literally last year, his home away splits were just insane because it's not often you hear about a pitcher that's away is just an elite level pitcher and then comes home and is in shambles. But I mean, the Reds, it is a hitter's park at their home field. So I guess it makes a little bit of sense, but on the road, he was 8-2. And, we saw that in his first start. We saw him really, come out and pitch a gem. But then, coming back home, he had over a 6 ERA and things just kind of fell apart. So I'm looking to see if that trend continues today. I'm back in the hot bats. If he proves me wrong, then I'll accept it. But I think that trend possibly continues against the hot bats of the Guardians. So I'll be taking them on the money line.
I like it.
Probably first 5
guys,
actually.
let me quickly go over to the comments in chat, see what everyone is saying. And of course, I just closed the app, unfortunately, and all the comments are gone. Hefe, comments over to you. I know Where My Cup was saying something about he has I think he said the Marlins are his value team this year, but I've lost them all, so I need your help.
Embarrassingly, but I did the same thing you did. I exited out and lost. No, I see the Where's My Cup comment. Marlins are the OKC of baseball. I like that. Even though they did lose their first run line yesterday, so now they are 3-1. But there is a team that we just spoke about, hint, hint, the Reds, who are 4-0 against the run line to start the year. So if you're looking for the hottest run line team, they are the Cincinnati Reds, but that juice is at 165 today. So too much juice for me to squeeze.
Must come down.
Let's move on. What do we got?
Showdown of the year. 2 potential Super Bowl, World Series, Stanley Cup champions in the Chicago Cubs versus the Pittsburgh Pirates. FA, take it away.
Okay, great. Love this game. Really on it. All right, Cubs, Pirates, Smiley, Quintana. Where was Quintana before Pittsburgh?
Everywhere. Angels. He's been everywhere. Quintana
He's not the guy who was on the Twins last year, was he?
Yeah.
I think that's. Yeah.
Let me double check.
Anyway, Cubs, Pirates, guys. I'm not on this game. I like the Cubs run line plus 1.5 here, but other than that, I'm sorry, minus 1.5. But other than that, like I just don't trust the Cubs enough to win by 2. I don't trust either. The point is, I don't trust either of these teams because we don't know what these teams are going to be. These 2 teams are supposed to be bottom dweller teams, and you just don't know when these types of matchups come up. I'm off this game.
Great comment from Bill's Sports Card in the chat.
2 minor
league clubs. Hilarious. Yeah, Quintana's not a major league pitcher anymore. Let's just be honest. He went 0-3 last year with a well over 6 ERA. He's just not a major league pitcher anymore, at least as a starter. Drew Smiley, though, coming over from the Braves with the Cubs now, 11-4 last year. Little bit elevated ERA. He had a 4.5. I can't take anything on this, guys. There's so many better options on the board. This one is a straight coin toss to me. If I had to take something, I'd take the Cubs. They've been unreal, but I'm laying off. BBB, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I agree with you here. I think I lean with the Cubs. I think that they just have the better overall lineup. They have a lot of decent pieces on the team. Nothing that really, they lost all their flashy players, but they still got a lot of key, almost what you'd call role players in the NBA. So I think they have.
Suzuki's been unreal.
I freaking knew Suzuki was going to be. You just knew it. For some reason, the second I saw him, I was like, yeah, this guy's going to be a great player. Just like you're never going to hear about him. And then come All-Star game, you're going to see him. He's going to be he's going to be an All-Star. You're going to see his stats being at 27 home runs, better than 73 RBIs, hitting 302. And you're like, what? That's just how it's going to go. He's going to be a solid player and a great signing by the Cubs because they actually got him for pretty damn cheap. 5 years, $85 million. Great deal for him. He's going to be the right fielder for a couple of years now, and I think he's a home run. No point intended. But
quickly over to the chat, guys. Tutti Gusti in the house. We love
what's up.
Show some love, brother. Above average prop guy who's here. What is up, brother? We appreciate you having you here as well. And Chicago Sergio is on the White Sox team total over. We got to know, though, bro, your name is Chicago Sergio. That's a Chicago play on an over. Is that a homer pick or you actually like the pick? Let us know. Good
point. Let us know. All right, boys, keep it moving. What do we got? Oh, good game. McGill, Wheeler, Mets, Phillies. Mets up 4-0 going into the 8th. Blow the whole entire damn lead. Lose the game. Typical Mets fashion. That has now happened twice. How is that? It's now happened twice in their first, 5 games? How did this team keep doing this?
All last year. Same thing.
As a Mets fan, I'd be sick because you should be 5-0. You really should be. As a Mets, I'm a Yankees fan, but if I was a Mets fan, I'm sitting here staring at my record and being like, we should be 5-0. Up 2-1 on the Nationals in the 8th, up 4-0 on the Phillies in the 8th. Lose both games, you're 3-2, and you got one of the best pitchers you're facing today in the league in Zach Wheeler, a top 5 Cy Young candidate for the NL. Guys, I'll go first here. I'm on the Phillies' first 5. I am backing Wheeler. I'm fading McGill. Even though he started the first game pretty well for them, I still think the Phillies can do what it takes to be leading this game after 5 innings. That's a first 5 at minus 115 odds. What do we got? Alpha.
All right, guys. I am on the full game under in this one. Wheeler, remember, was a Met The Mets refused to pay Wheeler, went and
It is.
outsourced pitching, and he went to the Phillies to jam it down their throat, 10 times a year? Wheeler doesn't like the Mets organization. He loves pitching against them, and McGill pitched an absolute gem in his first one. He gave up no runs, only 3 hits allowed, no walks, 6 Ks. Had a very good start. So I expect this one to stay low as well. Yesterday's game also should have stayed under, except for a huge 8th inning from the Phillies. So the bats aren't really clicking for either team either. Give me the under 8.5. My favorite play today by far. BBB, what are you looking at?
Like we saw yesterday, the Phillies bats can explode at any time, and that's why
okay.
I think I like the Phillies here. I think the Phillies lefties could thrive against McGill. I think and McGill has allowed lefties to hit like well over 300 in his career. So I think, having the trio of Schwarber, Bryce Harper, and they got Didi as well. That's a pretty nasty trio there. I think that the lefties can attack him there, and I like the Phillies here. It's kind of a square play, but I think they get it done.
All right.
Let's
I like
keep
it.
moving, boys.
All the Phillies are the under. Moving on. What do we got? All right. Jays, Yankees, Kikuchi, Nestor Cortez. Yankees got blanked yesterday by the Jays, who got all 3 of the runs from Georgie Springer. It was a pretty boring damn game, I have to say. Am I a fan of Aaron Judge getting booed already 4 games into the season? I think it's to be expected, honestly.
It's not over his play. It's not over his play.
Oh, no.
He wants to be the highest paid player in baseball. You've won nothing. You have no MVPs. You have not brought New York a championship. I am so happy they are booing him because he rejected 3rd highest paid money.
I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent. Here's why, and we'll get into the game. I'll just say this for 2 seconds. I did not like how Cashman came out and said the actual details of the contract. I've never heard that. I never heard like a GM make a press conference and be like, hey, we tried to get a deal done. He said no, and here's what we offered. So we're not the bad guy. He is. And when you break it down, you hear the rumors that they are offering an average of 17 a year, and he wants the average to be 21 a year. I mean, are the Yankees like in that bad of a spot?
Way higher.
That's what I heard. I heard he wanted.
No, they're in the third. They offered him $30 million a year. He wants $36 million.
I heard that the issue is $4 million a year difference.
Yeah, he wants $36 million from the.
And I don't know. I just. You want to be Yankee or you don't. At this point, Aaron Judge has no reason to sign. He has done his job. He now can only increase his value for getting into a bidding war. Anyway, let's get into tonight. I don't want to say the Yankees need to win, but I'm going to say the Yankees need to win. You can't put up a 0. You can no. I'm talking here. You can't put up a 0. You can't put up a 0 against the team that's the absolute favorite to win your division and honestly the betting favorite to make it out of the AL to the World Series. You can't do it. Bounce back spot for the Yankees. I really like it, and I'm going to take them on the money line tonight. Alpha, rep the flag behind your damn head.
I am also on the Yankees. It's a Yankees play, but I'm not going to say it's a must-win game in the first week of the season. We play the Blue Jays 72 more times this year, but I like what the Yankees do when Nestor is on the mound. I'm a big Nestor Cortez fan. He changes up his delivery point, changes up his arm angles, and he keeps opposing batters guessing the whole game. Kikuchi pitches much better at home. Kikuchi's not that great of a road pitcher. I expect the Yankees to tee off on lefty Kikuchi tonight. Give me the Yankees on the money line.
Before you go, just got to get some NBA breaking news in. Luka Doncic out for this opening series. No timetable for return. Humongous blow.
The whole series, they're already committing to it.
Yes. No timetable for return. Left calf strain is confirmed. Guys, this is. I'm gonna take 2 seconds to talk about this. We'll talk about this later. He got this injury in the 3rd quarter of a meaningless game against the Spurs. This is why you rest your stars. My God, it's terrible to see. Sorry, back to the Yankees. BB, you're on.
Anyways, I'm not a homer. I'm not a Yankee homer. And so I got, less bias
You're
on this
Cardinals
one. I was on the Blue Jays yesterday. We won that, but today I'm with the boys. I'm on the Yankees. I love Nasty Nestor. I think he gets it done today. I think this is a good bounce back spot. So don't think it's too much bias here. I think the Yankees are a great play today.
No, I didn't bet on the Yankees either. Let me put that out there yesterday. I don't bet on the Yankees every day because I'm a Yankee fan or anything like that. I happily lost on the over in that game yesterday.
I didn't bet on the Yankees either. I think, at the end of the day, guys, the Yankees are a good team. They're going to make the playoffs, but you don't bet them every day. But this is a good spot. You're getting them at a good price here. Let's go. What do we got? Last game vibes?
Last
Game vibes, the night spot, Pods, Giants. Listen, I didn't think the Padres would be this good, but their pitching is proving me wrong. 3-1 on the young year. 4-1 or 3-1? 3-1 on the young year. And they're facing the Giants, who last year were the sweetheart of the MLB. They did things that nobody thought they would. Do they get a bounce back, or do the Padres stay hot? We got Darvish on the mound. He pitched a gem. He gave up no hits.
No hitter.
In the first, that was the game. That was the only game the Padres lost on a walk-off.
Yep.
And we got Cobb going for the Giants. Alpha, I know you're on this game. What do you got?
I'm on the Padres, you guys. I think they're going to continue to roll. The bats have been impressing me, and Darvish was absolutely lights out in the first one. The public is hammering San Francisco in the spot as well. Last checked about 10 minutes ago, and there was 94% of the public on the Giants. I've been saying it all year, guys. I think the Giants have a big step back here. They had a magical season last year, but I think they played out of their talent. But I do think that they regressed this year. So early in the year, I think there's going to be some value fading the Giants. Done it a little bit this year. Going to continue to do it. Give me the Padres. One of my favorite plays tonight. It is one of my best bets. BBB, what are we looking at?
Yeah, I don't know. This is a really tough one because Cobb had a really good year last year. He was great at home. The Padres stole one off him last night. I could see a little bounce back spot here from the Giants. I'm with you on the regression on the Giants here. I do think they have a regression year, but I don't know. This might be a decent spot for them in my opinion. So I lean with the Giants, but not locking anything in right now.
All right. Well, guys, before we get into our best bet segment, you already know what time it is. It is time for Bad Beats, sponsored by our friends over at Pickett. If you don't know about Pickett, make sure to find out about them. They are a social media sports betting community app. Get on there with all your buddies, create chats, talk about stuff like bad beats, what your plays are, connect your sportsbook so that you have all your action in one place. And the reason that they sponsor our Bad Beats segment is, in my opinion, one of the things that I love about the app is they have a whole section for bad beats. You get to clown with people. Misery loves company. You get to see those 15-leg parlays where 14 hit, and that last one is just a backbreaker. It's a really cool app, a really fun spot. And if you haven't downloaded the app, you could use our code ATSSPOT. It's right there in the bottom of the screen to download the app, and you could win between $3 and $100, guys. This is an everyday thing. Use the code you see right there, ATSSPOT, and download Pickett. If you don't have it, you gotta have it. And if you do have it, make sure you follow us, man. We're posting on there every day, free plays.
Free plays every day, baby. Let's get it.
You're throwing away
What do we got?
money.
What do we got? What's our bad beat? I think I already know the bad beat.
This one was bad.
I know what it is.
It's got to be Rangers Rockies.
This one was bad. This was a bad one.
Oh, this one. Yeah, no, this is I don't even know what to.
My POD yesterday was the over in this game. Both pitchers were absolutely horrible, and both teams bailed each other out the entire game. It was so frustrating.
I would be so frustrated if I was a Mets fan right now.
Yeah.
I would be so mad.
I was so hyped here. I had over 9. I was like, we're going to get extras. We get the Ghost Man. They're going to get 2. It's a lock. No, the dumbass Mets.
No, throw it in! Oh my God, McCann! Catch the fucking ball! You fat idiot! Oh my God, dude, I can't with this bullpen! It's fucking rigged! How do you blow a 4-0 lead? Like, stop dancing! You look like a fucking idiot! These fans, you put your shirt on! You're like 8! What is this fucking relay, dude? What is this bullshit? McCann!
There we go.
Oh, that was so funny.
As you can see, some people were frustrated.
That's a real Mets fan. All right, guys. It is time for Best Bets. Alpha, what do you got for us?
All right, boys. Cole to Higashioka. Let's get into it, boys. Best bets. First best bet of the night is going to be the Yankees money line. Second best bet. We didn't go over this game. Somehow we didn't talk about the Dodgers-Twins game today. Great game. We have Andrew Heaney pitching for the Dodgers. Us Yankees fans remember him with us last year. Guy throws only home runs. Take the over there, over 9. Third and final best bet is Mets-Phillies under the 9. Those are my 3. BBB, what you got?
All right, we're going to be rocking with the Guardians' first 5 money line, and then we're going to the Yankees, the Yankee boys. All right, we got the 2 Yankee fans over there, and I think they bring it home tonight. And then next up, we are rocking with the same over as Alpha there. We got the Dodgers over 9.5, I believe. So let's get a sweep. Let's get a little sweep going. All right.
Let's
Hefe,
do this
what do you
thing.
got?
Let's do this thing. All right. Team collab on the Yankees, which is scary but exciting. I'm also on the Yankees. I'm also on the Phillies first 5. That's a minus 0.5 line and minus 115 odds. And the last play I have is a game we didn't talk about. Brewers Orioles under 9. That's at even odds plus 100. I'm straight up fading the O's. They are 0-4 on the over so far this year in all their games. So I think that continues. I haven't exactly been impressed with the Brewers bats either. So I think this is just going to be a terrible low-scoring game. I'm going to get the under 9 at even odds.
Great bats.
Anyway, guys, that is it for Off the Bat today. We will be back tomorrow. Guys, early show tomorrow because we got hella early baseball. So stay tuned. We'll drop the time. Lots of day games tomorrow for OTB. And Off the Bounce is tonight, 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, 100th episode, playing games. We got Cavs, Nets, we got Clippers, Timberwolves. We're going to go over each game in depth. Maybe Slam will actually show his freaking face and not be this mysterious man in the back. But either way, huge show today, guys. Shout out to Pickett for sponsoring the Bad Beat segment here. And we will see you in a few hours on Off the